Parish President for St. Tammany Parish. This is an 11 a.m. press conference on Tuesday, March 17th. I want to welcome those with the media here this morning, those with parish government, and citizens of St. Tammany Parish. This is an update, a daily update, I hope. I wanted to take this opportunity. This is our third press conference over the last several days. We've been giving daily updates by way of our website, Facebook, and other social media. As we get questions from the public, I feel that it's important that we answer many of the questions that you're posing and give updates on particularly what we have coming up and what we're facing here in St. Tammany Parish. As of this time, we have 6 reported positive cases in St. Tammany Parish. That's as of 9:30 this morning. And I want to assure our citizens that my main concern is for the health, safety, and well-being of our citizens. And of course, that includes the public servants and employees of St. Tammany Parish government. I want to give an update on the closings of public buildings, not only in St. Tammany Parish, but throughout the parish with our municipalities. Effective tomorrow, we'll be closing the Coop Drive campus, buildings A, B, and C, for public access. We'll continue to have a workforce in each of these buildings, but it will be closed to public access. And we ask that our citizens and those who wish to do business with the parish do so online or by telephone. We'll be closing the Tyler Street complex to the public, no outside visitors as well. Again, this is effective tomorrow. We'll be limiting access to the Justice Center in downtown Covington. The Justice Center houses several agencies, parish-wide agencies. The assessor's office will be closed. The clerk of court's office will be open. There'll be limited court for emergency court sessions, and the sheriff's office will be open as well. But we will be limiting to the south entrance of the Justice Center. And there will be screening, and those who are sick or have temperatures above 100 degrees will not be admitted. The Towers building in Slidell will be closed effective tomorrow. That houses several agencies. They will be working, however, will not be accessed or available to the public. Effective now, all public meetings with St. Tammany Parish government are hereby canceled and will be continued when the pandemic subsides and we're able to conduct business with parish meetings. This includes parish council meetings, parish planning and zoning meetings, Board of Adjustment meetings. As I said earlier, the permit office will be closed to the public and other departments will be closed, but that business may be done online or by telephone. Camp Salmon will be closed, which is a parish park. We are working closely with St. Tammany Corp., our economic development partner, to determine the needs that we'll be facing and what resources we can gather moving forward. I want to remind our citizens that the St. Tammany Parish schools, beginning tomorrow, will be offering grab-and-go hot lunches and prepackaged breakfast for the students of St. Tammany Parish. That will be done from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday through Friday at our 8 area high schools. The St. Tammany Parish Tourist and Convention Commission is working hard to support the people and businesses that depend on tourism. The St. Tammany Parish Library, all branches are closed this week, and further notice will be given regarding the opening of the libraries. I'm also giving updates from some of the municipalities in St. Tammany Parish. We have 8 municipalities within our 900 square mile jurisdiction in St. Tammany, each governed by a mayor. We've received notices from some of the municipalities, including Slidell. City offices are closed to the public. Public meetings are canceled, and all city playgrounds, parks, and gyms and the municipal auditorium are closed. In Mandeville, city offices are closed to the public. Public meetings are canceled. The community center, Saturday market, and trailhead will be closed effective immediately. All concerts are canceled until the week of April 13th, 2020, or until further notice. That comes from Mayor Donald Villery of Mandeville, and the Slidell notice came through a declaration from Slidell Mayor Greg Cromer. In Covington, the public council meetings have been canceled. In Folsom, city offices are closed to the public. Abita Springs, city offices are closed to the public. As we know, the governor yesterday made a declaration and closed or recommended the closing of theaters, bars, restaurants, gyms, and restricted, of course, the restaurants to dine-in customers, but has allowed and encouraged drive-through, curbside pickup, and delivery. I want to thank all the restaurants and businesses here in St. Tammany Parish for complying and adapting to these recommendations or directives. I've seen on Facebook where many of our local restaurants and businesses are advertising to the public so that we can continue to patronize them, as we know that it's important to keep our local businesses open and support our local restaurants. I ask our citizens to please remain calm and continue to rely on credible sources that you get from St. Tammany Parish government, that you can get from the website coronavirus.gov and the CDC.gov website as well. I would like to invite our citizens to view a special edition of our own Healthy Living series with Dr. Michael Hill. He is an infectious disease specialist who recorded an edition on our Access St. Tammany television station. You may view it at our website, stpgov.org, and on YouTube and Facebook. That's Healthy Living with Dr. Hill. Going forward, we will continue to do updates either in this fashion or through press releases or through our own TV Access St. Tammany, where we'll be able to give regular updates and stream it out to the public. And we will push out our updates on social media and our website as well. I have standing with me to my left is the Director of Homeland Security and Emergency Operations for St. Tammany Parish, Clarence Poe, who will give us an update.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to assure you that all our public safety entities are ready to go. They're stood up and they're active. Okay, what I ask you to do is only call 911 for those emergency calls. Okay, please do not overwhelm our 911 system with trying to get information about the coronavirus. The EOC will not activate at a physical level. We will do what we would call a virtual partial activation. Those selected agencies have already been identified and they are ready to go. Funding to address this response has already become available with the signing of the National Declaration by the President of the United States. That means that measures that we're taking right now under what you call Category B in response to this for protective measures, there is funding available. I can't stress enough that we want you to heed what's been said. Stay home. Help us contain the spread of this virus. Can't stress that enough. Take this serious. It's not time to just decide, hey, you got a day off or whatever the case may be, but stay home, contain, help us get a hold to this thing. And with that, that's it. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Clarence. And I want to stress as well that we are in constant contact with all of our health and healthcare agencies, our public agencies, our parish-wide agencies, the sheriff's office, that continues to keep our parish safe, and all other agencies. We're here to keep our public updated as new information is given to us. I'm going to call on Senator Patrick McMath, who is here today. He wanted to give us an update from the state government perspective. Thank you.
Thank you, President Cooper. Given the large amount of children in St. Tammany Parish that are on school meal assistance programs, I wanted to come here today and read a statement that was just released from the Louisiana Department of Education and Legislative Leadership. Over the past few days, we've heard from some of you regarding the assessment and school meal service sites. Our team is working closely with GOSEP to monitor the COVID-19 outbreak and provide information and updates as they become available. We are also keeping in contact with school governing authorities to provide updates and offer assistance and information on meal plans from the USDA as their guidance is communicated to our staff. As you all know, the President and Congress are working diligently to contain the pandemic outbreak and pass legislation to help our citizens during this crisis as we move our country forward. Through Proclamation 2020-27, provisions have been waived regarding the required minimum number of instructional minutes Louisiana Public Schools must provide for the 2019-2020 school year. Yesterday, Bessie President Sandy Holloway and House Education Committee Chairman Ray Galafalo sent a letter to Governor Edwards requesting a list of additional statutes to be waived via his executive authority. As far as school meals go, our nutrition team is working diligently with school governing authorities and the USDA to ensure that Louisiana students will receive meals during this time. Right now, nearly all of our school systems are offering and in the process of setting up a system to offer breakfast and lunch to students. And I believe that includes St. Tammany Parish as well, yeah. Our nutrition team is engaging with school governing authorities to explain how to get an operation up and running, and they will have all end goal to feed our students and start feeding them imminently. I'm also aware of nonprofits stepping up to help as they are experiencing and moving quickly during this time of crisis. If you are aware of nonprofits serving meals in your area and parents are inquiring about food programs, you may want to point parents in that direction until some of our schools can get the operations running. Again, St. Tammany Parish has those up and running. Lastly, don't forget to check out the website www.louisianabelieves.com/resources/COVID-19. Feel free to tell constituents to check it out on their schools governing authority websites for updates as well. And don't forget that most of these schools use Facebook and Twitter to get information. As far as the legislative session goes, I'm sure by now it's been widely reported that we gavelled out of session yesterday afternoon, and we are set to reconvene at 11 o'clock on March 31st. However, my office, as well as the majority of the other offices in St. Tammany Parish, are up, running, and extremely busy doing the best that we can to answer any of the questions and concerns that the constituents may have. So we're going to continue to work closely with Mayor Cooper, the governor's office, as we work through this difficult time. So thank you very much. Please wash your hands.
Thank you, Senator McMath. Again, I ask our citizens to take the precautions that we continually to repeat: wash your hands, keep the social distancing of 6 feet, and please know that the reasons for taking these steps is to push the curve, flatten the curve, and keep the spread of the coronavirus in our communities at a minimum. These are sacrifices that we're all making, and I thank you for taking those sacrifices. Are there any questions from the media? Sarah?
I know that you have said some workers are going to be sent home to work remotely. Do you have an idea of what the number of that is, or the percentage of your workforce that you've sent home?
We do not have that percentage, but yes, we will have workers that are able to work remotely doing so. We will have all of our offices staffed here to continue to serve our public and to keep government working. And we're also offering those who have to take care of personal needs the opportunity to do so without using their accrued time. So we're offering all options so that we can best serve our citizens while also giving our employees the opportunity to do what's best for them and their families.
And any word on the condition of the 6 patients that tested positive?
No, I do not have any word on that. That information can best be obtained from the LDH website.
Mr. President, I mean, obviously, you want no cases, but 6, by the grace of God and good government, you're doing something right. Do you have any idea how many tests have been done altogether with thank God, only 6?
Right. No, I do not. I believe because of the nature of our parish, we're a 900 square mile parish we don't have the concentration of population like we do in some of the other larger metropolitan areas around here. And I believe that may have contributed to where we're not seeing a spike, we're seeing a gradual increase, but hopefully that will flatten out and start to go down soon.
How have you had to change your own personal life? I mean, this has hit all of us.
Well, obviously, I'm staying away from large groups, gatherings of over 10. Washing my hands regularly. I'm avoiding and canceled all face-to-face appointments with the public, and that's been the most difficult part because I enjoy meeting with our constituents. I've been meeting with other consultants and such, but I've had to limit the face-to-face, and that's what I'm doing personally to do so.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure a lot of your workers probably have young children, so has that affected who can come to work and who can't because they have to stay home with their kids?
Well, again, not just here at parish government, but I know that that's happening with all the employers here in St. Tammany Parish. The caregiver, the caretakers, the husband, the wife, those who are they're taking turns taking care of the children, I'm sure. Everybody is experiencing that, and we're taking that in consideration and allowing those that have to do so without any sacrifice from what they've done heretofore in accruing time, in sick time, and vacation time. Yes, sir. Dave.
You mentioned some drive-through testing that you're starting here, or you did not?
No, I was talking about drive-through.
Food.
Food.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do not believe I was on a conference call this morning with Congressman Steve Scalise, and the question came up about the pilot for drive-through testing in the greater New Orleans area. There will be two locations in New Orleans and one in Jefferson Parish that will be offered. And I believe, again, that's because of the nature of those communities, the high density, high concentration of population in those areas. There will be no drive-through, as I know at this time, for St. Tammany Parish. Yes.
And I know you said there's a park that's closed tomorrow, council meetings are closed, as well as just other things. Is there anything like across the board you could say like strictly for St. Tammany Parish, all council meetings closed, all parks closed, just like in general? Because
well, that's a very good question. St. Tammany Parish has jurisdiction over, with regard to public meetings, over the unincorporated areas. So the municipalities dictate their meeting schedules. But I would venture to say that at some point, all public meetings will be continued or postponed until this pandemic is over. But with regard to parish-wide, those are things like the restrictions on restaurants, the restrictions on gyms, the opening of gyms or the closing of gyms, bowling alleys, skating rinks, venues that draw large crowds should be closed. They should be closed because the order has been given by the governor to do so. So those are the types of general across-the-board closings that can be announced.
What about the fishing pier?
The fishing pier at this time remains open. Changes may be made in the future, but we have not made a determination on that.
And what about the trace?
The Tammany Trace is open as well. But I want to reemphasize that Camp Salmon will be closed, and the Kids Connection Park here at Coop Drive is closed. Typically the public parks that require supervision or that require sanitation to make sure that the playground is clean, if we cannot provide that at this time due to the nature of our workforce, we're deeming those locations closed.
Mr. President, sorry if I'm repeating a question, but how are hospitals here getting ready and getting prepared?
Well, great. In our last press conference, we had representatives of our healthcare facilities here. We have excellent healthcare network here in St. Tammany Parish, and each and every one is prepared to accept patients, to accept and treat and isolate those that may have the flu-like symptoms and are ultimately tested to be determined if the coronavirus is infecting them. We have Ochsner, St. Tammany Health System, Lakeview, and Slidell Memorial Hospital among the quality healthcare facilities that we have here, plus a number of the urgent care facilities that are available for those who are feeling the flu-like symptoms that are available to us.
Do you know if the six cases over here are all hospitalized cases?
I believe so, but I'm not sure about that. Well, thank you very much. I want to let the public know that we will continue to give updates, again, whether it be in this fashion, whether it be on our website and other social media, or might even be through Access St. Tammany, which we'll be able to record in our studio and put out YouTube and other videos that may be shared with the public. Thank you again for coming and covering this, and I ask our public to heed the warnings and stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you. Thank you.